George R.R. Martin slams the House of the Dragon as A Knight of the Seven Kingdom debuts on HBO. We get our first looks of Sophie Turner as Lara Croft, and Ryan Coogler gives us an update on his X-Files reboot. All that and more on an all-new episode of Unbinged, starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, the podcast where we break down the shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown. I've got Jagger May with me. And Jag, let's jump into the first headline, because we always do our trending headlines every Tuesday news day here. And George R.R. Martin is just slamming the showrunners for House of the Dragon on HBO. He was asked about his relationship with them, and he just straight up said, it's abysmal. It's worse than Rocky. It's abysmal. I hired Ryan. I thought Ryan and I were partners, and we were all through the first season. I would read early drafts of the scripts and give notes. He would change some things, and it was working really well. And then it just went terribly. What can we expect here going forward?
I think there's going to be no happy medium, both in the reaction and really just what we're going to get as far as disappointment or something that's truly better, because like I own Fire and Blood back there, went through most of it. It's basically a diary retelling of things, so there's a lot of room to add context and make changes. George R.R. Martin was in those writing rooms for the end of season of Game of Thrones, so maybe this could be old Ryan saying, it's like, hey man, I don't think this is going to be a good show. On the contrary, a lot of times when they divert from source material this heavily, it's probably ass. Like somebody already thought this through and wrote about it. You make it changes might not be a good idea. So we'll just wait and see. I'm going to be honest, by the time that season drops, I've probably already forgotten about it because it takes so damn long. So.
Dude, yeah, it takes forever. And like, you mentioned something with George R.R. Martin, that he was part of the writing room for the final season of Game of Thrones. And then he, like, when everyone hated it, he sort of pulled the Uno reverse card. It was like, that's not my ending. Don't worry. It'll be different for the books. And now
throws away his manuscript.
Yeah, he's right. Right. Like, what are we doing? And so, like, now we see that there's this rocky, or what he calls abysmal relationship with House of the Dragon showrunner. And then there's talk now with A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms debuting that showrunner has had a good relationship with George R.R. Martin and has basically said, I want to one-up House of the Dragon with a smaller budget and show everyone how good this can be, and that you don't need all the dragons and the effects and everything that comes with it.
This is the positives of capitalism. Fucking compete for daddy's attention. Go out there. This is me, like King Joffrey eating a comically huge turkey leg. That's like, fight for me. You know, and I love it. I love it. That this is some healthy competition. And again, we went through the entire Knight of the Seven Kingdoms novellas, all three of them. And it is more complete, more of a cohesive story than Fire and Blood. So yeah, hey, if the first episode I loved, you liked it a lot. If they continue with that, I think it's going to be pretty easy. The big thing is they plan on, and Sam sent us this in the group chat, they plan on continually having seasons year after year. You got my attention, baby.
I mean, so it's weird because like I thought this show was very good. It's been the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, by the way, and it's been met with some good critical acclaim. Not that the audiences don't like it, but it's a bit lower. It's at 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. And Jag, you said this before we started recording. People are just like the J. Jonah Jameson of Game of Thrones. It's like, get me pictures of dragons. Like, that's just all we want now. Is that kind of a problem, like an ongoing problem that we're just going to have, where it's like, can we actually appease the fans without doing the dragon thing? It's like Star Wars. It's like, can you appease the fans without doing a lightsaber battle all the time, over and over and over?
Mm-hmm. Can you do this without someone having the Force? And Star Wars has answered that question that they can. And oftentimes it's better without it. Shout out to Andor. But it's a problem that I think we're fucking around with right now, and then we may find out. And I mean by find out, it could be good, it could be bad. Because another thing too that I think the initial reaction is so low is that nothing really happened this episode. Because you got to think, Game of Thrones opened with a kid getting pushed out of a window after he saw some sister brother fucking. House of the Dragon opened up pretty epic, I think. You know, like it was just a lot more grandiose. And then we open with Knight of the Seven Kingdoms with Dunk taking a shit literally on the Game of Thrones theme, which it worked for me. So I think a lot of it is we didn't have a lot to be overly excited about, but that's okay. Let's give it an episode or two. And what else are people watching on Sunday night?
I feel like, I mean, this is obviously this has existed way before The Mandalorian in Star Wars, but this is the same vibe that it gives me as like for the TV verse of Game of Thrones. We're kind of trekking off into Mandalorian type atmosphere here for what Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That it's similar and it's in the same world, but it's just adjacent. It's not someone going for the throne. It's not dragons. Basically, we're talking like it's not the Force. It's not all these big things like intergalactic, control. It's the lone wolf and cub thing, and that's what we're getting here. And what I would love to see is kind of more of these stories. Like, can we get the Andor thing? Can we get that stuff that makes us fall in love with George R.R. Martin's universe again, without it having to be dragons, without it having to be White Walkers and end of the world and the throne and all that stuff?
I have a weird comp that is not Mandalorian. This reminds me of Lion King 1.5, where
did not see it.
You what?
This is the one cartoon that
I've watched and you haven't?
Yeah. This is like the one animated film that you have seen that I have not. That's an anime.
Yeah, we need to write that down.
And it's a Disney
huge
movie.
And it's like, this is Disney. Like, I don't be watching that shit. But I do love Lion King 1.5. Okay, let me explain this to Alfredo and maybe the four people who have not seen Lion King 1.5. It shows what Timon and Pumbaa did to affect the events of Lion King. Like all the shit that they're doing in the background. This is what House of the Dragon, this is what A Night of the Seven Kingdoms makes me feel like. Dunk and Egg have their own adventure, and they affect things that happen to the great houses, that happen to the Targaryens, and even Koff has let some spoilers happen that eventually happen to the Lannisters. So that's what I enjoy about this, and I hope it's keeps staying that adjacent to where I feel like I get added context to future things or even things from the past and not necessarily having to see the thing. It's kind of like, again, how Andor shows what the spies were doing and to affect the revolution, and not just Luke coming with a lightsaber fucking up an AT-AT,
It's like we're in that world, but we're not quite in that world. Like, we're just a little adjacent, and I'm kind of down with that. As always, just want to remind you guys to please subscribe to Unbinged, whether it's here on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify. If you're listening, take a sec to leave a 5-star review. If you're watching here, please like this video, comment down below with some of your thoughts. Jag, we got our first looks at Sophie Turner as Lara Croft, and as you said,
yeah, we did.
Adjust the ranks.
Yeah, just the ranks, man. I feel very confident in this. I know a lot of people don't like Phoebe Waller-Bridger because of the new Indiana Jones, but hear me out, man. Indiana Jones 4 sucked too. I feel like we got 3 good ones, and then we shouldn't judge anyone of what happened afterwards.
Weird. Almost like when you call something The Last Crusade, it should probably be The Last Crusade.
Yes. Yeah. Basically my point is it's not her fault that sucked. And like people didn't like her drone in Star Wars. She's a very good filmmaker that has a very good relationship with Amazon. And I think this is a perfect IP for her because you have that strong female character that everyone already expects and respects. So it's not so much people trying to put their own political agenda or spin on things. And that goes on both sides. Like, we already got a strong female heroine. So if we have those themes, it doesn't feel so shoehorned like some people feel like about Star Wars or all these other things. I'm just excited. I think Sophie Turner can nail this because I want to see... You know what's crazy? Sansa had the best ending on Game of Thrones out of anyone, and she was one of everyone's least favorite characters. So I want to see season 6, 7, 8 after she's learned for Peter Baelish and got cold-blooded Sansa, basically with guns, with the fucking the leg holsters and the glasses. I'm just way in. I'm way in.
I just want to see that she can do it, man. Like, I do feel like Sophie Turner is a very good actress, and that some of these roles that she's been given have been these roles that I think they allow her to be dramatic and often tragic, but not like hit that note where she can be a badass. And that's what Lara Croft does, where she can walk around with confidence. Like, we get small glimpses of that with her as Dark Phoenix, and it's just a bad movie. And we didn't really get that with Sansa until much later in Game of Thrones. So it's like, now you come in with that same sort of like Angelina Jolie energy, or it's just like it's feeling very 2001 in one of these movies. Like, I'm kind of digging that vibe, especially with Sophie Turner, man. Like she looks great in the role. It looks, for all the people, like it's not shut up, man. Like it's incredibly accurate. Like, sorry, she doesn't have like, more right angles on her.
Alfredo, you need to have respect to the source material. If I can't frame a house on them titties, I don't want it. I want 90-degree angles. That's it, man. Like just like God drew them up.
Just like God drew them up. The great architect.
Did you know Gerard Butler was in Tomb Raider 2?
I did.
Like the second one.
Oh, and Daniel Craig. Daniel
was
Craig
in the first
also,
one. Yeah. Was the second one too? Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
as a young lad, I was not paying attention to the male leads opposite of Angelina Jolie.
I remember the second plot was Pandora's Box, and the first one was something about an eclipse lining up. I think Jason Isaac was in that one too. I don't know.
No, in the first one, it's oh my gosh, it's our guy from Game of Thrones, and he was then also
Sean Bean. That's right. Yeah.
No, Sean Bean was not. It's oh my gosh, he's the same villain from Resident Evil. Why can't I think of his name? I have to look this up. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's freaking me out right now.
Yeah, basically those movies were classics, even though they're not very good. But like that's what I want. Like, and I think they can do a good job. It's not that they were bad. That was just like the early 2000s. So there's too many Tomb Raiders.
I just did the same thing. I looked up Tomb Raider.
I'm like, Ian Glenn. I'm stupid. Ian Glenn. Yeah.
Yes. Ian Glenn. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
Sorry for that detour, folks. Sometimes we need to do this shit in real time.
Things just pop up, man. I love how we both do the same thing. Google Tomb Raider. Fuck, there's too many Tomb Raiders. And then we're like, but give us another one. Damn it.
Try again. Do the roar.
Do the roar. Ryan Coogler. Speaking of more stuff coming back, Ryan Coogler, he's giving us an update on his X-Files reboot. I gotta say, I did not watch X-Files as a kid because that's when it was out. It was, early and mid 90s. Jag, were you ever an X-Files guy?
No, that's one I would like to watch as an adult. Because like you said, as a kid, I'm like, this shit is boring as fuck. You got this crazy white dude named Mulder. The redhead's fine, I guess. It's like, that's how I was as a kid. It's like lots of words.
I love the vibe that Ryan Coogler is giving us from this. Is he's saying it's going to be sort of a monster of the week type vibe with an overarching conspiracy. I'm not gonna lie, I miss shows like that. We were talking the other day about the show Supernatural. You just started watching that for the first time, and I told you, like, I actually really loved the first few seasons because it's almost like a Scooby-Doo type of vibe where there's the monster of the week thing, and I was just like, sometimes I just want that. I want these little self-contained stories, and overarching thing is cool, but then like sometimes shows just get too big for themselves, and I kind of need that palate cleanser here in sci-fi. I'm excited for it.
It makes it easier to casually watch. Because you can't casually watch Game of Thrones sometimes because you're like, well, here's a lot of dialogue that's about an entire plot that's going to be bits and pieces revealed throughout an entire season. It's cool just picking up an episode, getting a conclusion, and kind of moving on. And like you said, they have the overarching arc. Like, I'm only on season 1, so I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on with that fire demon and where's daddy? Like, that, I do care about that. But again, like everything leading up to that are their own individual stories. When you work from home, it's like the perfect background stuff to where, I can go back and watch some things that I miss, but I ultimately don't feel like I am completely lost every time. It's like the monster of the week or crime of the week has something that's been McDonald's too much, and I would like to see the fast casual where this is a better quality version of something that isn't too upscale. Well, I'm sorry I used like a lot of food references there, but
that's okay because now I'm hungry. But Ryan Coogler, like, he went on to talk about this, and he's not just saying that, like, oh, I'm going to kind of go backwards in time, do the monster of the week thing, but he's also, like, remember, he's making a transition here. He's going from film to TV. Like, he hasn't really done this. And from what the report coming from Happy, Sad, Confused, that's a podcast that Ryan Coogler was on, and he gave his update on this. He's been getting advice from Vince Gilligan, who had worked on the original X-Files and who just finished Pluribus, one of the best sci-fi TV series we've had in a minute. My excitement level, my anticipation for this like is through the roof. My expectations are really high, especially Coogler coming off of Sinners and like seeing what he can do, kind of getting out of the Creed verse and the Marvel verse and just like be original. That's extremely exciting for what he could do for this. And I was never an X-Files guy, but like I'm in. I'm all the way in.
We should do an unbinged group watch like we kind of did with Jurassic and just see how it is on a couple of things. That'll be fun.
I'm about it. I've been doing that lately where I've been like grabbing some of these old shows. Like I started watching Smallville for the first time. It's a rough watch now in the year of our Lord 2026.
That one, dog. I don't know if I can do it.
It's not great. It's not great, but I can see at the time where people are like, damn, this is next level television.
It was back, because like back then I was like, this is fucking dope. But then you see those old Aquaman uniforms with Alan Rickman, you're like, ugh, shit, dog. The Spirit fucking fund this show.
And they had our boy, the famous Jet Jackson as Cyborg, like just wearing the same like silver clothes.
Yeah.
I always remember him as Chris Comer.
Famous Jet Jackson. That song randomly comes through my head like all the time, and I feel like no one else was there but me, and I don't want to say it out loud. I'm happy that you brought it up.
We also got some other news this week. God of War is going to be a TV show on Prime Video, and they have started their casting for this. And so for the role of Kratos, they have cast Ryan Hurst. Jag, you're familiar with Ryan Hurst and like some of the stuff that he's done?
Strong side, left side. From Remember the Titans, the nice white from Remember the Titans. And then for people who've watched Sons of Anarchy, he does that as well. So it's nice that he gets another IP. I feel like he's one of these people that doesn't do a lot of things, but when he does do it, he does it big, you know? My only complaint is the God of War games that I've played were the Greek mythology ones. We don't get a lot of that. I'm just kind of over the whole Viking thing. And like, I'm not going to lie, conservative white folks who are a little racist kind of made Vikings suck just a little bit. Just like, I just need a little bit of a break because you guys just made it weird for a while that I wish this was a little bit more Greek. Other than that, I'm excited because it's a strong lore and it's a cool concept. Killing gods is fucking hilarious and fun. So
I'm not going to lie. I didn't realize that's who that was, Ryan Hurst.
Oh, really? You didn't know that?
I was confusing him for someone else. Like we got Gary Bertier as Kratos. That's nuts. I'm okay. Like
You're more sold. I know some
that's weird that I'm more sold because I haven't seen him do shit in years, but I'm just like, oh snap, that's Gary Bertier. Good for him. Special Olympics and then now Kratos. Like he's really making something.
Yeah, I know some people are like, they should get Christopher Judge, who is the original voice of Kratos. That's like his big thing. He's from Stargate, the dude with the coin in his head, for people who don't know anything. Homie's 61 years old, guys. Let's think that through. Like
they're talking about him being the voice of Darkseid for the DCU.
He's 61 years old, guys. Let's just get someone who could actually play Darkseid, and at least Josh Brolin it. You know, like it's
right. Like it's not that hard. We got to stop doing this. Every time like there's a role for a big bad or just like someone that has a deep voice, it's always like, yes, let's get him. Let's throw him in there.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like, I get it. Christopher Judge is dope. He is a nerd icon. He's old as fuck. God, he literally had hip surgery recently. I looked up. They're like, "You want homie?" It's like, what?
It's no disrespect. It's just like we can also just like there's more people out there. Like let's get some.
I need homie here for a long time, not a good time. Like, can I just don't think Judge is gonna like his AARP is gonna hit before season 3 gets rolling around.
Yeah, well, we got some other good voice work he can do. One of the other people that was cast in this was Teresa Palmer as Sif. I'm not sure. Like, have you ever seen what is it? The I'm number something or
I'm number 4. I'm very familiar with Teresa Palmer.
Yeah.
And that's what she does, a lot of TV. She went like, they tried to make her a thing and it didn't happen. And Australia gave her a bunch of shows and she's done all right with TV. She was on one show on Hulu that I don't remember, but it's, Hulu puts out them Whodunit miniseries like a motherfucker. So it was one of those and it was okay. I don't remember it. I know that's not a sweeping endorsement.
I remember like I was all the way in on Teresa Palmer after The Sorcerer's Apprentice. It came out in 2010.
Oh,
And
that movie fucks. I like that movie.
I loved it so much. I loved it. I was like 20 years old, man. I was excited, and there's other reasons why I was very inspired by her. And then like I saw her in Warm Bodies. I'm like looking back through everything here, and I was just like, yep, she's gonna be something.
Warm Bodies was all right. It was all right.
It was.
It was definitely
Nicole?
a millennial. I heard someone say in a comment on Instagram, they're like, "This is some Scott Pilgrim millennial bullshit." And Warm Bodies was Scott
kinda.
Pilgrim millennial bullshit, and I liked it. So
Yeah, it's Scott Pilgrim meets Twilight, and I kind of fuck with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I won't apologize for it.
fuck you that we had Michael Cera as a hero, guys. Leave us alone.
Some of the other cast that's been rumored in this is Olafur Olafsson, who, first of all, yes, just a great name. I'm going to name my child Alfredo Alfredosson. It's going to happen. But yeah, he was in Severance. We've also seen him in a few other things. And then he also just got cast as our next villain in the next How to Train Your Dragon live action. So like, dude's getting work.
Yeah. People saw Severance and they're like, man, that Swiss, Swedish, Viking-esque angry dude, more of that. You know, he's getting typecasted for sure, but when you're good
if you
at
got a son at the end of your name,
yeah,
you're getting cast in something that's Viking. It's going to happen.
Homie from Game of Thrones can't do too many lines, so they got to get somebody else. You know,
Half Thor Bjorgensen is his name.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a crazy name, by the way. Half Thor.
Yeah,
Love it.
I'm a lifter, so I watch all of his shit. So, but like, homie he's not a words guy, you know, definitely physical.
So you're saying Sam would be totally in?
Sam, that is the ultimate Sam person, man. You say like 4 words and you're big as hell. Come here, baby. It's like,
let me read you a book. All right, 28 years later, The Bone Temple just released this last weekend, and you guys all went to go see it. I've not seen it yet, but everything that you guys said in your recap, breakdown, and review, which, by the way, is available for all of our premium bingers here on YouTube, you guys said it was a great film. A very good movie, a massive improvement from 28 years later. However, it does seem like it is struggling at the box office. This is going to be one of those that it's going to have to get some legs, Jag. Right now, it's not reaching the projections as given out by a bunch of different publications.
Yeah, I think people were salty because the first 28 years later was so divisive, and I'm honestly was not going to join this. I was like, cough, Sam, this is on you. And then I kept hearing word of mouth and the things that they were saying, and I'm like, I kind of want to watch it. I'm going to be honest. Nia DaCosta's IMDb is fucking gross, man. She's done a lot of bad movies. She crushed this, and it makes me think, man, maybe her problem is she just doesn't ever have a great script, because I thought it was a great movie. So this might be one that does much better on streaming or picks up after word of mouth happens. And I think Bone Temple is a prime example of why movies might need a 45-day release window, just so stuff can pick up steam later. As someone say, like, hey man, none of that baby birth and shit in a bus, you know, like there's none of that. All the things that you hate, none of that are in here.
But yes to more hanging dong. Is that what we're saying?
Yes. There's
never not that.
I'm going to be asking if we get that threequel for the 28 years. So there's like, where's the dog if it's not there?
By the way, you mentioned the 45-day window release window. Ted Sarandos has come out and talked about that again, and he's just like, yeah, we are going to stick to that 45-day.
Because everyone said it was a stupid ass idea. Literally, everyone said, "Fuck you, Ted."
He did the George R.R. Martin, where it's like he let things kind of slide out, and then it got the backlash. He's like, "Whoa, baby, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something totally different."
Exactly. Like I didn't hear one person say like, this is a great idea. You know, like nobody said that.
No, not a soul. All right, Jag, last thing on here, man. Harry Potter, the television series that's going to be coming to HBO, releases in 2027. They have their musical composer. I don't know how many people care about this, but they should. Because I know for us, for Harry Potter, the music is everything. And Hans Zimmer is set to compose the score for HBO's new Harry Potter series.
I mean, homie's hot right now. It's like he's always been hot.
Right
So
now,
right
I was
now,
like-
right now, like homie, like forever. He's like, to me, he's the GOAT. You know, like the three big composers are like Ludwig Gustafsson, Göransson, sorry, different name. And Ramin Djawadi, who did Game of Thrones, and he's doing Fallout. And then the guy who does for all Paul Thomas Anderson's movies. I can't think of anyone better because, like, I want to say, did Hans Zimmer do the OG movies as well? Like he might have been in the room for a while. Hans Zimmer did everything.
I mean, no, that was John Williams who did the OG movies.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
low-key don't. It's not that I dislike John Williams. I think he's overrated, but that's a nerdy discussion. Y'all can cook.
But
me in
like,
the comments.
even he has said himself that he's not that he's overrated, but like that he doesn't even like doing musical scores. Because like he feels like you kind of lose some of the purity of the music, and that's why like you could hear it, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and they do start to all blend. We're not going to get into that. I'm not gonna besmirch John Williams. I love his music.
I will, motherfucker. I played and read music. It's the same song.
Me
dog.
too,
I had a
me
whole
too.
John Williams show, and I'm like, cool. I get to play the same song for 15 fucking minutes. It's like,
I mean, but like we can also. Can we say some of the same things about Hans Zimmer? Like, I mean, Dark Knight, Dune, Dunkirk, Prince of Egypt, Gladiator, Interstellar. It's just like a lot of big ominous sounds. Like, you know, remember in Forgetting Sarah Marshall? And he's like, okay, why don't you give us something dark and ominous? And, you know, like getting your penis cut off is a bad thing. And then he plays the Seinfeld theme.
my favorite is It's The Boys or Gen V, where like homie's pitching a movie and he's like, oh, Hans Zimmer, boom. Like, that's how people. I hope that's how they actually pitch movies.
So I think if we're gonna actually talk music here, like what I think this does is I think it's gonna make these adventures with Harry Potter more epic. I think it's going to make the world feel bigger, scarier, and grander. Whereas I do think with John Williams, everything that was done there was made to feel whimsical, you know, magical and kind of kid friendly. I wonder if there's going to be a difference here with this kind of music.
I agree, because there's a clear switch up after the third one in the music as well. Like we had the overture, but then, you know, we had like
they did the Avengers thing where like it went from being like very proud and jaunty to like doom doom doom. Like it just got really
some
slow
of our friends
and
died, so our songs are sadder.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Thank you guys for indulging us talking about scores. We are movie nerds.
Yay. Well, that's going to do it for this week, guys. We're going to be back again for our next Tuesday News Day next week. As always, just want to remind you guys to please subscribe to Unbinged, whether it's here on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify. If you're listening, take a sec to leave a 5-star review. If you're watching here, please like this video, comment down below with some of your thoughts, and we'll be back again next week. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching or listening all the way through. For myself, for Jag, we'll see you next time. Adios.